2023 Mazda CX-30, the handsomely designed and surprisingly very fun to drive all-new 2023
Mazda CX-5, courtesy of Jack Giambalvo Mazda in York, PA. For more information on their inventory, please feel free to check out the link in the description box below. And by the way, they just got a brand new building and it smells like a brand new building on the inside. It's absolutely wonderful. But anyways, we're in the new CX-5 today because there's been some exterior design changes for the 2022 model year, which I'm definitely a fan of. Also, incredible reliability according to Consumer Reports. Just pick up a Consumer Reports magazine. They give it a well above average reliability rating, which is amazing. Edition for $30,720, premium for $32,310, premium plus for $33,950, which by the way is the one we have today. And then you have the 2.5 turbo for $36,400, and lastly 2.5 turbo signature for $38,650. So as you can imagine, with all of these trim levels, there are actually two different engine configurations. First one belonging to all the non-turbo trim levels, that is a 2.5 liter direct injected inline 4-cylinder, and the one of course that we have today, 187 horsepower at 6,000 RPM, 186 pound-feet of torque, coming in at 4,000 RPM, power sent to all four wheels through a 6-speed automatic with paddle shifters if you go with the premium trim level and up. For MPG's 22 in the city, 27 on the highway. But here's the kicker with the fuel type. Regular unleaded fuel is perfectly fine, you can do that, but you're going to get pretty substantially decreased power. Mazda CX-5 finished in Soul Red Crystal Metallic. Pretty cool name for an exterior color of a vehicle. And actually, I do like it. It looks pretty darn good. But anyways, revised front fascia for the 2022 model year definitely looks good. Not that the older one looked bad, but I do like the slimmer look of the front headlights specifically. They definitely look pretty darn good up there. But speaking of, let's go ahead and start up front on the CX-5. Matte black front lip for all trims, but the turbo signature, because then it is going to be body colored, of course. Of course, you have some chrome trim surrounding the bottom portion of that front grille. That looks pretty darn good as well. To the sides, LED headlights do come standard. They, of course, come with the automatic feature as well, along with automatic high beams, meaning when you have your high beams on at night and it senses a vehicle coming in the opposite direction, it's going to automatically dim them back to low beams. Then when that vehicle is gone, it's going to bump that back up then to high beams. So that is pretty nice. LED daytime running lights also coming standard. Like I said, redesigned headlight housings for the better. I love the look of the slimmer LED headlights up front. They definitely look very good. Adaptive front lighting system, though, actually comes standard with the turbo trim levels, meaning when you're going around a bend at night, those headlights are going to swivel depending upon the steering angle, better help illuminating what is around that bend, so you're less likely to hit a deer or a possum or a snail or whatever it is. So that is pretty darn good as well. But anyways, pretty much rounds out the front end of this one. Let's now go ahead and make our way to the side of the CX-5. Let's open now, since we are around to the side of the CX-5. No roof rails are going to come standard. However, they are optional if you wanted to go that route. So I wanted to specify that. Rear privacy glass does come standard across the board. That looks good. Body colored power adjustable side mirrors coming standard with LED integrated turn signals. And if you were to go with one of the turbo trim levels, you will also get power folding side mirrors then as well. Then take a look down at the wheel setup. 17 by 7 inch aluminum alloys for the S, Select, and Preferred trim levels. 19 by 7 inch black alloys for the Carbon Edition, Premium, Premium Plus, and Turbo. Then you got 19 by 7 inch silver aluminum alloys for the Turbo Signature. But again, that pretty much rounds out the side. I do like the chrome beltline molding found on the side here as well. So definitely looks good. But now let's go ahead and make our way to the back of the CX-5. All right, so now since we are around to the back of this one, body colored shark fin antenna found all the way to the top. Just below that, rear spoiler with an integrated brake light. Just below that, rear window wiper, LED tail lights coming standard for every single trim level across the board. And again, a slight redesign for those taillight housings. So that definitely looks good. Of course, you got the CX-5 and all-wheel drive badging back there. Just below it all, you will find some matte black accents on the lower portion of that rear bumper. And to the sides, dual exhaust outlets with chrome tips. So having said that, I do believe you guys know what we have to do next. As always, here is that exhaust clip.
Its EPA rating of 31 mpg. Amazing new interior, the all-new 2023 Mazda CX-30 has an amazing, well-crafted interior. It's shared with that of the Mazda 3, which we love, an infotainment display sprouts from the dashboard center and is controlled by a rotary
Alright, so now since we are around to the back of the CX-5, when it comes to opening that rear tailgate, it is a power tailgate if you go with the preferred trim level and up, meaning there is a button on the key fob, there is a button on the tailgate itself, and a button by the driver's side left knee then as well. But once opened up, cargo capacity comes in at 30.8 cubic feet. If that was not enough space, there is a 40-20-40 split, meaning the rear seats do fold down, bumping that up to 59.3 cubic feet. Of course, there is some cargo lighting found in that cargo area as expected. There's actually a 12-volt power outlet back there then as well, and then if you were to lift up underneath of that cargo floor, you will find a spare tire, which I personally prefer over the fix-a-flat as well, which is pretty cool. But then, making our way up to the rear legroom, that is going to come in at 39.6 inches, so for reference, I'm even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had back there. Rear ventilation does come standard for the select trim level and up. Rear center armrest with cup holders coming standard for all trim levels across the board. There are dual rear USB charging ports for the select trim level and up. The best part about those charging ports, they're not actually located in just below the air vents. They're actually located within the center armrest there. So I love that, because if you're a kid, that's going to be a much bigger reach for you if they were located underneath the air vents. So it's so much more convenient that they're located within that center armrest, where there's also kind of a little bit of storage there, like a tablet holder almost as well. So it's pretty darn convenient the way they actually set up that center armrest back there. So I was a big fan of that. But also heated rear seats coming with the Premium Plus trim level, and again, those heated seat buttons are actually located within the center armrest yet again, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, then making our way up to the front seats, manually adjustable cloth seating coming with the S, leatherette suede combo coming with the Select, leather seating coming with the preferred trim level and up, heated front seats for the Select trim level and up, 6-way power driver seat for the Select, 8-way power driver seat with power lumbar coming with the preferred trim level and up, 6-way power adjustable passenger seat with the preferred trim level and up, and ventilated front seats for the Premium Plus and Turbo trim levels. And overall, seating was plenty comfortable. You could easily go on a long road trip here in the CX-5. Anyways, then taking a look at the steering wheel, it is tilt and telescoping. It is leather wrapped for all trim levels, and then heated for the Premium Plus trim level and the Turbo trim levels then as well. So no issues there. Then making our way to the startup, let me start by showing you guys the key. You do have your Mazda logo on the one side. Then looking at the side, you actually have lock, unlock, and that button to pop the rear hatch. All your buttons are actually on the side of the key there, but it is all keyless entry with a push button start. So all I'm going to do here is simply put my foot on the brake and press that engine start button located just by the driver's right knee. Heads up, and then upon startup, tachometer is all the way to your left, speedometer is front and center. By the way, there is going to be a larger 7-inch LCD display if you were to go with one of the turbo trim levels. Obviously, we don't have that today, but still, overall, pretty much everything you could possibly want up there. You do have how many miles you have left until you hit empty. That's going to be located immediately to the right of that center speedometer. And of course, if you press the info button on the left side of the steering wheel, you can adjust what is located within that center speedometer as well. So a bunch of different options there, since that is the digital portion of the gauges after all. But overall, when it comes to interior quality now, power moonroof coming with the preferred trim level and up, so we do have that today. That's pretty cool. Overhead sunglass holder coming standard for all trim levels. Auto dimming rear view mirror with home link controls for the preferred trim level and up. You will get LED interior lighting for the Turbo Signature, dual zone climate control for the Select trim level and up, and you will get some wood trim on the Turbo Signature as well. But honestly, I kind of like the grainy look that we have just about the passenger side glove box that carries onto the door. It looks like wood. It's not real wood. It is plastic, but it looks good. I'll say that. A lot of soft touch material as well. Just the front of the shifter, you have a decent amount of rubberized storage along with a 12-volt power outlet. Behind the shifter, you have an electromechanical parking brake, dual cup holders, and a decent amount of storage within the center armrest, along with the 12-volt power outlet and 2 USB charging ports then as well. So overall, interior quality is perfectly fine. It certainly gets the job done. So then taking a look at the infotainment screen, there is a 10.25-inch screen that comes standard across the board. It is not touchscreen. The way you control it is you use the circular dial and buttons located directly behind the shifter, which kind of is more convenient anyways when you're driving. You don't want to be reaching that far and taking your eyes off the road. But anyways, Bluetooth and audio streaming do come standard. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, factory navigation system for the Turbo Signature trim level. You can also find some driving statistics up there if you wanted to. And of course, your radio information as well. And so when it comes to the sound systems, there are 3 of them actually. You will get 4 speakers for the S trim level, 6 speakers for the Select, Preferred, and Carbon Edition, and then a 10-speaker Bose sound system for the Premium trim level and up. So, having said that, we do of course have that Bose sound sound system with us here today. So what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and turn on the radio, see what we got playing today, and let's test out the clarity of this one.
More gears, of course, will be available. Turbocharger with small crossing buttons. Quicker while braking is good.
Guys, honestly, that sound system was amazing. I wish I had that Bose sound system in my own car because that was wonderful. The bass was intense, clarity was crystal clear. Quite honestly, for the CX-5, it's absolutely perfect. And I've had Bose sound systems in my cars before. They've never failed me. Bose is a very reputable company, so they're definitely there for reliability and they're long-lasting. So that was an amazing sound system for the CX-5. Anyways, last thing I wanted to mention to you guys on the infotainment screen is when you do put the CX-5 in reverse, you will find a rear view camera coming standard across the board, and if you were to go with the turbo signature, you're also going to get a 360-degree monitor as well, which is always going to lead us into safety. And so IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, first thing I wanted to mention, because that pretty much says it all right there, that's the very highest rating given out by IIHS. Front side curtain airbags do come standard. In the back, you're going to have latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for the rear car seats, rear child door locks,